Well, hello. How I feel about life, y'all. Fuck it, I'm not gonna wear it. That's what nature implies, right? Something doesn't work out, it's not supposed to work out. That's exactly what that means. No seatbelt for you today, Missy. See, I do have some pot cookies on me, though, so I probably should put it on. You know? It's kind of like the rule. Like, if you're doing, like, one illegal thing, you probably should not do other illegal things, too. If only those meth heads in my drive-thru could have figured that shit out. So stupid, you know? So I had these meth heads in my drive-thru. The guy, like, pulled over in the drive-thru, and, like, it wasn't even, like, 5 minutes before, like, all the cops in, like, this entire fucking county showed up at fucking Wendy's. It was hilarious. Anyway, so, yeah, these meth heads were, like, driving around in a vehicle that was registered to, like, a meth cook that had, like, several warrants out for his arrest. I'm like, how do y'all not know this shit? I mean, that just seems pretty silly, you know? Pretty fucking silly. Thought those drugs made you, like, hyper aware of everything. Guess not. Alright. Nature has changed its mind. So. How are y'all, Vortex? Y'all in the Vortex, you're like, probably doing this, right? That's probably what you're doing. You're probably bored out of your mind watching this shit. Well, why don't you change it? Why don't you watch something else? There you go. You just did, right? Like, yo, fuck that crazy bitch. You think she's so cool? I do think I'm so cool. You're right. I think I'm cool because I got chugged my coffee. I think I'm cool because I don't vote. I think I'm cool because, like, I care about stuff in a way that other people don't care about it. Stuff. Like, I'm getting more and more, like, into my illness, I think. Because I'm just reading all this stuff about it, and it's really depressing me, because I feel, like, way more isolated than I ever have. And, I know that I'm, like, narcissistic, and, like, that's what puts me up against, like, the rest of the world. And see, the bad thing about narcissism is that, you know, like, when you think you're number one, like, who's gonna be able to, like, compete with you, you know? Like, I mean, like, I don't want to compete with anyone. Like, that's why I don't like competition. But it's like, I feel like there's nobody that I'm gonna, like, obsess about the way that I obsess about myself unnecessarily. And, like, I wish that I could find somebody that would just, like, get into my mind and just, like, hang out, you know, because I can't get out of my fucking head. And it's really lonely, you know? It's extremely lonely. But I, like, don't feel sorry for myself because, you know, I'm a narcissist. You know? Like, one of the perks is that, you know, you're better than everybody, so fuck you. It's like, you know, people think that's crazy to, like, not want to, like, be with anybody, like, to not, like, try to, like, pursue some sort of, like, romantic relationship. But here's the thing. There's so much, like, borderline hate all over the internet, and I can't really disagree with it because I understand that we're manipulative psycho bitches. But the thing is, those of us that know about that shit, we don't act that way. We might be extremely narcissistic, but it's because of what we have to deal with every day. You know, I do not meet all the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. By the way, I looked this shit up. I did. I have my empathy levels are, like, way too high. You know, like, in order to, like, qualify as a narcissist, like, You basically just don't give a fuck about anybody else, like, at all. But I do give a fuck about other people. I just, like I said, I give a fuck in my own way. It's over here. Separate from all of you. I mean, I hate it, but it's the truth. It's just what it is. I'm not going to change it. Which is why I believe that people with personality disorders should only be with people with personality disorders. I know that sounds a bit racist, like, psychologically, but, you know, I don't think that, like, somebody that has, like, major abandonment issues and, you know, because they've been, like, molested or some shit, you know, should be with somebody that, you know, has a nice family. And, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you be with somebody that doesn't understand where you're coming from? Like, just so you can educate them about how fucked up the world is that they, you know, don't have to experience for themselves. It's just going to make you bitter and hostile towards them. That's what always ends up in my relationships, you know? I just get really fucking bitter. And I'm like, fuck you for having so much better of a life, you know, and such a nicer perspective on humanity. It's like probably because, like, you were always understood as a child. It's like I tell myself these things and I know that, like, a lot of times they're not true. Like, it's just I'm angry and bitter, and so it's like I'm using that against other people, and it's not anybody else's fault, you know? Like it's not my fault that I have this mental illness, but it's not anybody else's fault that they don't have a mental illness, you know? And I have to look at it from that perspective as well. But bitterness kind of supersedes anything else. I've noticed this. It's fine though. Like, I know I'm supposed to do comedy. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do with my life. And I'm, like, extra narcissistic. It, like, makes sense to do this. Like, it's just more and more I'm convinced that, like, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to pursue. But it's terrifying, you know? But it's like, if I can make people laugh, then I think it's fucking worth it. At least I tell myself that. That might not be true, but, like, if I'm able to, like, help people make light of their, like, shitty experiences. You know, by make light, I don't mean that, you know, they just don't care or, like, they deny it or whatever the fuck. Jesus Christ. Go, 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 go. Oh my God, we almost died. Jesus Christ. Okay. No, we made it. We made it one more day. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Making light of experiences. Yeah, like, it's really important that, like, you don't deny what happened to you and that you don't deny your feelings, but just to be able to, like make a joke about something shitty, like, that's an incredible gift. At least I think it is. It's not from God, I'll tell you that. See, I'm, like, the anti-spiritual, anti-recovery, like, it's like you don't know what to think of me. Like, really, the only people that are going to like me are going to have my mental illness, like, specifically, they're going to be me. They're going to be, like, another version of me. Or, they're going to be, you know, really narcissistic comedians that, you know, think they're right about everything as well. People tell me I'm a comedian's comedian. That means that most audiences don't understand what the fuck I'm doing. And I can see why. I'm just not going to be ashamed of this. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of feeling isolated because of my fucking shame. You know, when I didn't choose to be born. And if you didn't choose to be born, like, how the fuck do you fix some sort of, like, psychological problem, you know? Like, if you're fucking depressed and anxious all the time and stuff because of some shit that happened, that's not going to change. It's not like you can go back in the past and, like, fix it, you know? I don't believe in recovery because I just don't think that it's possible. I mean, I think that evolution is definitely possible. And it's possible if you, like, believe in the power of art and music and all that shit. But, I mean, don't fucking trust a shrink. Don't trust a therapist. Most therapists are full of shit. And God, this is just crazy ass banter. That's what this is. Oh, yeah, I know. Here's the thing, I'm trying to take responsibility for my narcissism. So I realized, like, okay, one thing that makes me very narcissistic is like time, you know? I'm just like, oh fuck everybody else's time. I'm just gonna show up late. So I'm gonna try to show up on time today. Okay? I'm really gonna do it. I'm really gonna like try to be a better person. Because like the more you know. I mean, there are plenty of narcissists that, you know, they don't give a fuck who they negatively impact. I do. I care. I really do care. And it pisses me off that the internet, like, paints me out to be a fucking villain. You know, when I'm trying to save the world. I'm fucking Jesus, and y'all are gonna crucify me all because, you know, you don't understand me. I'm gonna crucify the fucking world. That's what I'm gonna do. This world's fucking shit. And it's like, if you don't think the world is shit, you're a fucking moron. And you're probably gonna get robbed. You know? I hope you get robbed. Just saying.